Hello everyone and welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be talking about how do you factor quadratics where the leading coefficient a is not equal to 1. So similar to the problems you see up on the screen here. Just a reminder, this is the normal version. If you want the speed run version where we go through pretty quickly, I'll link that in the description below. For your Ricasso Recap, you should already know how to do factoring by grouping. You should already know factoring shortcuts like difference of squares, perfect square trinomials. Okay, if you want a refresher on any of this stuff, I'll link a video in this videos in the description below. Please go watch those before you start this lesson. All right, new lesson starts now. Here we go. So let's use red. Step 1, is it in standard form? Check. Step 2, is there a greatest common factor? No, there's not. Check. We're looking at a 3-term problem, right? 1, 2, 3. So first thing we check, is it a perfect square trinomial? It is not. So if it's not a perfect square trinomial, this is the new idea. A times C add to B, right? It has a nice little ring to it. A times C add to B. So the way you know what A, B, and C is, A is the number next to the square. So A is 2, right? This is A. B is the number next to the middle term, so B equals 5. C is the number by itself. No variable with it, okay, the constant. So remember the phrase, A times C add to B. So A times C, let's do the first part. 2 times 2 equals 4. A times C add to B. Now, we want to know what are factors of 4, right? I have this table here, so let's sort of fill it out. Factors of 4. Well, the easy one is 1 and 4, right? 1 times 4, then there's 2 times 2. And you need to keep in mind with this one, the positives and negatives. So -1 times -4, -2 times -2. All right, A times C, add to B. So let's add up these numbers, right? 1 plus 4 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. -1 plus -4 is -5, and this is -4. So which one of these pairs that we just listed add to B, right? That's the phrase, A times C, add to B. Well, B is 5, right? So which one of these is our magic numbers? This is our magic pair. This doesn't add to 5, doesn't add to 5, doesn't add to 5. So 1 and 4, positive 1 and positive 4 are our magic pair of numbers. And once we have our magic pair, it becomes pretty easy from here because now, let's clear this up a little bit. Now we're going to take this 5y and we're going to split it into our magic pair. It's going to split into 1y and 4y, positive 1y and 4y. Everything else stays exactly the same. Don't change it a bit. So all we did was split. Now, we are no longer on a 3-term problem. We are now on a 4-term problem, which can be solved by factoring by grouping, which we should already know how to do. And so here is the work. Again, we should already know factoring by grouping, so here's your final answer. The only new part today is going from 3 terms to 4 terms, basically. All right, here's our cool clock for today, which means that it's time for you to practice what you just learned. Go ahead and pause the video and try these 2 problems on your own. And when you're ready, you can unpause the video and we'll check your answers. Okay, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, your magic pair was 4 and 5. Final answer should have been 2z plus 5 and z plus 2. Here's the work if you want to check yourself. And for the second problem, your magic pair was -3 and -7. And here is the work and final answer. Now, new type of problem, standard form. Step 1, check. Greatest common factor, no. Step 2, 3 terms. Is it a perfect square trinomial? No, it is not. So we're doing this again, A times C add to B. Now, here, you will notice A, B, C, 5, -5, 24. 5 times -5 is, so factors of -25, and they have to add up to 24. Well, factors of -25, that would be -1 and 25, or 25 and -1. Then it would be 5 times -5, or -5 times 5. All right, when we add them up, this gives me positive 24. That we know is the winner. The other ones, oh, and I say I wrote the same thing twice here. This should have been, let's try that one again. That should have been 1 and negative 25, which will give me negative 24. That's wrong. This would give me 0. That is wrong. So we have our magic pair, and now we do our split. 5j squared, split this into minus 1j plus 25j minus 5. You could have switched the order there. You could put plus 25j and minus 1j. That order right there, the magic numbers, doesn't actually matter. And then we just do our normal factoring by grouping, and here's the final answer. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video, try these two on your own. When you're ready, unpause, and we'll check your answers. All right, now that you've had time to work these problems, let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, your magic pair was -4 and +5. Here's the work and final answer. And for the second problem, your magic pair was +1, -4. Here's the work and final answer. All right, last type of problem. Here we go. Step 1, is it in standard form? Check. Step 2, is there a greatest common factor? There is a greatest common factor. Okay, in this case, we can factor out a 6, which would leave me with t squared minus 2t minus 8. And now we're on 3 terms. Is this part right here, is it a perfect square trinomial? No. So now we do a times c add to b only with the part in the parentheses. Okay, we can sort of ignore the 6 for a little bit. It's going to come back in the final answer. And so here is the work, right? We should know how to do this factoring now. We've been practicing it all lesson. Notice, though, that the 6, okay, that I factored out at the very beginning comes all the way down into the final answer. Don't forget it. All right, time to practice. Go ahead and pause the video. Try these last 2 problems on your own. When you're ready, unpause, and we'll check your answers. Okay, now they've had time to work these problems. Let's check your solutions. Okay, for the first problem, here is the work and final answer. And for the second problem, here is the work and final answer. All right, that's it for today. I hope you all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.